Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm going to get ready and then to get some water, and then I will begin my. As I said in the title, I'm going to be leveling this baby up to 99 or to 100, 99 and a half. Just need to do some fates, and then I'll just continue doing fates to level up and start leveling another character. Okay, here we go. Let's get this shit done. Hello there. How's it going? I'm doing well. I mean, oh fuck. Yeah, I've been playing this game for a long time. I don't think this guy can even see my mark. Ah, fuck it. Let's just shield through the damage just to kill this thing. There we go. Yeah, I've been playing this game since 2015. Just slightly before slightly before Heaven's Sword. Why did he go? Oh, I see. He ran away. I see. You're here to sell something. Oh, I see. That's why he reset. It's because his normal spot is a little off to the side. Okay, whatever. Boop. Boop. But I've been streaming for, actually, I guess about a year at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I started streaming about a year ago when MiHoYo released Fontaine, the Fontaine region, and they had I don't think it was like when it was first Fontaine, I think it might be like patch 4.1 of Fontaine, the first patch after the release. And they released a whole thing where it's like, oh, we're going to give you Primo Gems if you stream the game, and if you stream for a certain number of days, you get Primo Gems. If you stream for a certain number of hours, you can get Primo Gems. And since I already played the game, I was like, well, you know what, fuck it, I can just stream it as well, right? And I can get some free shit. Now, they didn't tell you that it's not like it's first come, first serve, and even if you are, one of the, first people who do it, they still like prioritize based on view count. So if you don't have any viewers, you're unlikely to actually get much. It's not like you won't get it, but if you do it feel like if you complete it on the same day, people who have higher view count get counted more, like first. So for the limited time stuff, it was like, yeah, sorry, it's limited, so you don't get it. You only get like they run out of the free digital currency, so they don't give any more. So it's like, I guess it's to try to prevent botting, but either way, it just kind of sucks. Just can't really do much about it. Nothing you can do. Because I don't care. Obviously. Like, you think you're the first one who's shown up and been like, hey, I do these things. Well, no. The second I started streaming, I got people like you. Obviously, if I still don't have it, then clearly it's a choice. Shit. Hunt. Gotta run. Gotta reset. Gotta get out. Okay, let's see. I wasn't paying attention to the Discord. I should have. See how fucked I'm in the queue. More than 50. Fuck, I'm screwed. I'm not like screwed. That's fine. But let's swap to my Dark Knight again. Go to my tank stance. Okay. Still more than 50. Got it. Yeah, that's the problem. Actually, the super sucky thing is I made the, even though I did, sure, go right ahead. I'm not going to pay you for it because I don't think it's worth any money. I don't care about it enough to actually pay money for it, but if you want to go ahead and do it out of the kindness of your heart, I will not stop you. Okay, so based on 30 seconds, so I was about like number 60, I guess, in the queue. The sucky thing is when I popped into Zolera for its hunt, I got there before it was pulled, but it was pulled with, like, within seconds of me arriving. So, and that was with only 20 people in the queue. So now I'm going to be a minute or so later, about maybe even 2 minutes later than I was, relatively speaking. So, let's see. Now, I should still make it in time, but it will be close. It'll be one of those things where I could get completely screwed with an AoE, perhaps. Hard to say. I mean, as I said, if you're willing to do it for free, then go right ahead. But I don't want to spend a single cent on it because I don't care enough to bother. It is in no way a priority for me. 65%. I shouldn't be able to make 65%. It's a close one. Actually, maybe not. Shit. Let's see where the other guys are. Okay, shit. It's charging something up. There we go. I made it. So I made it at 20%. Anyway. Cool. So I made it. Nice. Let's see if it spawns the abs. Actually, I guess I could stay here and and continue my fate farming. Because this is the zone I need to be. Well, I don't really need to, but the zone I'm going to. Okay, so no ads. That's what it is. Let's undo this. Okay, where's the fate? There's a fate. So wait, is there a... There are no other fates. Okay, so let's just do that one. Okay, so yeah, back to what I was doing. Basically, oh fuck, there's another one. God damn it. I did not expect it. Oh, actually, it's in Mateus. So I'm going to log out.
Yeah, the Department of Justice over.
1 sec, I'll be back in a sec.
They face scrutiny for allowing
Because it's in my home world, I can just bypass that part of the queue.
money for that. Which probably, I don't know. It's still weird to me that people are willing to like.
Okay. I can bypass the super long queue. Now, the problem with doing it this way is that like I had a bunch of other shit all set up. Like I had being able to, like I could pre-prep the map location. I could pre-prep the teleport. I have pre-prepped the party finder so I can be on the hunt tab so I can get into a party while I'm mid teleport in the 5 seconds I have. Oh my god, another one? Are you fucking kidding me?
Every time we have a picture of this, we have a picture of one of them. Yeah, but imagine like he goes from a cult leader to like, well, I'll paint pictures and sell it on murderauction.com. Yeah. Insane. He's not bad. He's not a leader. He's not bad. They're not gonna he's wrapped this shit up and never think about anything again.
Okay.
Are you still here, Caleb? I am here, yes. Okay, cool.
Oh.
He's on the edge. I can hear these boys. I'm taking this next.
Wait, it spawned in 2 spots?
Good.
Okay, it spawned. Thank God. I thought I had missed.
By the name of Matthew Ryan. McDonald walked up to a nearby guard and handed him a bloody knife and said that sacred shit is down on the race. Here's the knife. I sliced him up. The piece of shit in question was Rocket, who was Matthew's cellmate at the time. Matthew had stabbed Rocket in the neck with a shiv and was promptly arrested and
Oh, it spawned in both spots. Both I-1 and I-2. Oh, fuck. Let's tag this little fucker. Okay, so we gotta tag this. Realistically, we could actually fight it faster. But because it's the immediately post-spawn, there's a lot of people. So like, basically, or not post-spawn, post-maintenance. When there's a maintenance, it resets the spawn timers for all hunts. So essentially, they go live, like the window's open for hunts, like almost exactly like 72 hours after they, or it's like 48 or 72. I forget which one it is. I think 72. Because Tuesday. Actually, no. I guess 24 hours, or I mean 48 hours after a maintenance. It's 72 hours after that first initial spawn. Once you kill it, then it's a 72-hour window. But when you're when the maintenance happens, you have 48 hours. But at 48 hours, all hunts will pop essentially. Well, not really pop. Their windows will open. So after 48 hours after a maintenance, technically less depending on which other expansion, but I'm only doing the current expansion, so I only care about the 48-hour one. But 48 hours, the windows open, which means it's possible to spawn them. Still not a guarantee. It just means that if you fulfill the spawn trigger condition, there's the possibility that it will spawn. So like, for instance, Mateus, in this zone, Yoctel, it spawned in instance 3 and 1, but not 2. So it's not even like they're guaranteed. It's not like if it pops in 1, it'll pop in the other 2 as well. It's just random chance. So we just got lucky that it spawned in 1 and 3. And even still, it's been about 12 hours since the window initially opened up. Actually, let me see. Okay. So it's been about like 12 hours since the window initially popped up. So it still took them about 12 hours for them to get this one to spawn. Random chance style. So, yeah. And so, but because this is because it's so consistent in the sense that all hunt windows are now appearing, you'll get the most number of people to do them. Because, like, everyone knows that these are all happening. So, you know, people might try to get that time off time off work. I doubt people asking for time off work, but you know, there's people with different time zones, so you just get people from all different time zones all trying to be like, cool, I'm going to be logged in, like, because maybe normally they might be like, nah, fuck it, I'll just do whatever, but they're like, well, actually, fuck, if I stay logged in, these hunts are popping like crazy. And so basically, from 1 o'clock in the morning, this morning, to probably the first 24 hours is when we'll get the most. That's when we'll get a lot to pop. And there will still be some stragglers, because you'll have to wait another 2 days, another 48 hours, before the hunt is guaranteed to pop. So basically, once the hunt is killed, you have to wait 72 hours for its window to open up, and once its window is open, you have a chance to spawn it if you do it's whatever its specific trigger is. There's a different trigger for each hunt in each zone. So when the window opens, it means when you do that trigger, it has a chance to spawn. After 48 hours after the window opened, the next time you do the trigger, it will 100% spawn. So there's essentially a pity system where it's like, yeah, if this hunt hasn't spawned in the first 48 hours, we're going to guarantee it to spawn on the next trigger. Now again, it's still the next trigger, so it's not going to spawn by itself. You still have to do the thing you need to do to get it to spawn in the first place. Darn, no ads. So it's not that easy. It's nice that there is a pity. So that's why, even though all the windows open, we're not going to get all hunts to spawn. There are like 180 hunts that can spawn, because it's 18 hunts per world, and I think there are 10 worlds. I could like check the list. It looks like it's approximately 10. It could be 8 to 10. I'm not sure. I'd have to count. Maybe it's just 8. Because I think Dynamis started with 4, and then it doubled it to 8. I think that made it match the rest of us. So I guess actually, if that's the case, then we have 18 times 6. Or, I mean, 18 times 8. Which is unfortunate, because I like 18 times 10. Obviously, it makes it easy to know. It's, a nice... Oh, it's Lakeland. I guess I can get rid of all these. It's a nice knowable number. It's like, oh, okay. 18 times 8, it's like, then you have to multiply. So it's 80 plus 64, which is 144. So, yeah. So I have 144 I could get. But of these, and there were hunts that already popped. Like, there are hunts that popped right away. So there's been people who have been trying to pop more. In the meantime, hunts will continue to pop. Like, it'll just happen. So I don't have to worry too much about this shit. It will. What will be, will be. But the reason why I'm a little excited is that I will be finally finishing, because of this maintenance that has reset all the timers. I will be finally getting this achievement. So I just need 43 hunts, and as we just calculated, there's 144 that are now available that can contribute towards this. I've already missed like 20 or so, 20 to 30, by just not being logged in right when the maintenance started, and then just haven't stayed logged in 24/7. So I haven't stayed logged in every second since the maintenance. So, or every second since about 1 a.m. in the morning, my time, because that's when the 48 hours was up and all the windows opened. So because I wasn't there for that, I wasn't logged in between the hours of 1 a.m. and now. I missed a bunch. But, it's just what it is, right? Like, you could get mad, you could get upset, you need sleep, and the hunts will be there again. Like, they will respawn. But I'm really hoping that over the course of today, tomorrow, maybe the weekend, if need be, I will get those maxed. So all I need to do is get about 1/3 the total hunts that have popped. Now, one of them is going to be a huge pain in the ass because it's Kurlinger, and Kurlinger has a specific spawn condition that's related to weather. So that could be 3 hunts times 8 servers. That could be 24 hunts that I cannot get until that window comes up. So that's of the 144, 24 of them I might not be able to get at all for an extended period of time. Now, I could look it up. It's easily look up. I can look it up in an instant and instantly know how long I need to wait. When the window will appear, but I'm not going to bother because like it'll pop when it pops, right? Now, the last time, it was actually really cool. Is that oh shit? Is someone actually working on those? I hope someone's actually working on it. I hope it's not just. Oh my chicken's dead. Damn it. Okay, so no, it's just ads. It's just the NPCs. Okay. Let's see, I might be able to do it. The fact that we started. So yeah, so the name of the game is to try to get. Oh god damn it! Even with this big pile of ones done. Actually, no, I guess that's about right. Okay, I might be able to do this then. Oh, actually, maybe not. Because I don't have my, Actually, no, I have my thing about to come up in a second. Because it's like, can I kill these things in 90 seconds? Can I kill all of them? Probably, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, I probably think I can do it. Is there other? Okay, did you spawn more? Yeah, I'll probably be able to kill these two. Actually, no, just this one, right? There we go. Okay, can I kill this in time? 5 minutes to kill, but that's... The problem with that is it's a boss. So I probably won't. Fuck, it's dead. Okay. And yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, this is the only one that's up, so I might as well kill it. Or try. This one I could fail, because it's 5 minutes and it's a boss. And bosses typically take a while. So, we'll see. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But there's no other fates up. The only other option I have is to go after go into another instance, which is definitely doable. I could easily do that. No damage. Oh, I don't have to worry about that then. yeah, so the name of the game is try to make every single hunt I possibly can. Okay, so I was able to get 10%, and I still have in like 30 seconds, so I should be able to kill this in time. But yeah, so the name of the game is to get as many hunts as I can today. Hopefully all of them, but like I doubt it. Like even the one day where Kirlinger was popping a guaranteed pop because of how long the window in between its last spawn was. By the time it actually had its window open again, we had a few instances that were a guaranteed pop. We actually managed to get pretty much every single one of them. In the sense that, well, not every single one that popped. There was one in, I think it was like one in Zalera, and two in Mateus, and I think one in another server where hunters were killing that arbitrarily. They didn't like hear that everyone was moving, but basically, the people who hunt for realsies, people who like are treated not really seriously, but who actually like know what the fuck's going on, know what to check, all that shit. All of us were in. Yes. Yeah, I can't, so I actually did see your messages, but the problem is I was playing on PC, and so with PC, I have my chat visible through OBS, but it's not on my game screen. So I have to like look over to my OBS to actually like see it, which means delayed. So like by the time I see your message, you're already gone. I'm like, God damn it. Whereas when I play on PlayStation, it literally appears on my game screen as its own overlay. So I see it right away. I can react right away. So I do chat, but yeah, it just takes time for me to notice. And it's like it's arbitrary too, because it's like, yeah, sometimes I'll notice right away, like you could just catch me and I'm lucky and I catch it and I happen to like look over at the right moment, but other times I'm in the middle of something or don't see it and then I forget, and then by the time I look, it's like, oh shit, you left. So I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you. I do see it. I just don't see it right away on PC when I just play on PC. But luckily, though, that's not going to be a problem because for the most part, because very soon I will be getting the achievement in this game. That means I have collected 1,000. I've killed 1,000 S rank hunts for this expansion, and what that means is that I no longer have to stay logged into this game 24/7 to make every single hunt I possibly can. And so I'll be able to actually stop playing the game and basically play the game on my PlayStation. So essentially I've been having to stay logged in on my PlayStation to play this game to make sure I make every single hunt. And so if I want to play Genshin or Honkai or whatever, I would have to log in and play on my computer. So if I want to stream, I'd have to do it through there. But in 43 more hunts. Oh wow, nice. Or not nice, depending on if you like it or not. That's cool. Have you built your Clara at all? And like tried her out? I mean, it depends though, because like you could be like, oh man, I got not on my main. But it's like, well, what if on your main you're getting like, Bronias? Like I'd rather have some extra constellations on Bronya than a Clara. Because like I was doing the Threshold Protocol levels for Divergent Universe. Jesus Christ, this was cutting it close. 15 seconds to spare. Holy crap. Moze. I haven't built Moze at all because he's a guy. But I also have Topaz, so it's like I have, like, you can't, it's really hard to beat Topaz when it comes to, ooh, hey, that's a bonus. Bonus. Let's go get it. It's really hard to beat Topaz when it comes to follow-up teams. Simply because everything she does, follow-up attack. That. Yeah, so I haven't really played Moze. He seemed interesting, but I only played him... I see. Yeah, it really depends. Like, I'm focusing everything on one team, so I want to get Rappa, too, because Rappa... I need more erudition types, because, like, my Pure Fiction is my weakest my weakest time. Like, I want more options when it comes to pure fiction. Yeah, I really like Harmony Trailblazer. I got Linksha, and so I was using in the last pure fiction. I did like Linksha, Harmony Trailblazer, Ron May. I forget who, but like I had an actual DPS, obviously, but I don't have Boot Hill, so it obviously wasn't going to be Boot Hill. I can't remember who specifically I chose, but yeah, I really like Linksha, and I like Harmony Trailblazer. It's really cool. I don't know if you've seen the leaks for Ting Yun, but we now know what Ting Yun's element and path is going to be. Hello, oh, there. God damn it, go on. So that will be interesting. Finally get... Yeah. Do you want to know? I can tell you her element and path. Otherwise, I'll wait until I get your response. I don't want to spoil. I don't know if this is a proper leak or if MiHoYo actually is properly. Yeah, she's going to be Fire Nihility. So another Foxian Fire Nihility character is coming out. But Nihility is so vague. So we have a lot of different types of Nihility. We have like Nihilities that are like I mean, we have like Acheron, which is like Nihility, but it's like, really, is she Nihility? I guess technically she's a Nihility, but I would say she's far more Destruction or Erudition. So it'll really depend on, yeah, I mean, it really depends on what her debuff is. You know, because like there's the debuffs where it's like, oh, this is a dot, right? This is a dot, so she would be good in Kafka teams. Or it could be a debuff, like a debuff as in like, now enemies take more damage. So it could be like, it could be a Nihility in the sense that it's just a Harmony character, basically, where it's like, yeah, it's just going to buff your damage by, you know, reducing their defense or reducing their resistance or, you know, doing something like that. Or it could be like a Nihility in the sense of that it's like, no, it's like doing a dot, like Kafka or Black Swan or Guanifin. Like, she could be a 5-star Guanifin for all we know. But I doubt it. I think she's probably going to be more of a, back over here. I think she's probably going to be more of a buffer. I think she's going to be more of a Harmony than a daughter. I think she's going to be a debuffer to improve your party's damage than a damage dealer in and of herself. But who knows? Like, we don't know her kit yet. But I saw a picture of her splash art. So we have well, not really her splash art, but like the promo art piece they use. The promo art with her, and which shows her element and whatchamacallit? Her element and her path. So maybe on Twitter they've released that, but I also, I mean, actually, I was gonna say, well, who knows how long that's gonna be? But they actually do pretty good turnaround. What I kind of want is I want a Firefly. So like now that I have Linksha, and now, I mean, I always had Ron May for a while, but like I didn't get Firefly because I got Acheron, and I cared more about Acheron. But now that like I have Harmony Trailblazer super built, like super well built, and I have like Linksha, who can be a good increase in break effect, like can also buff the break effect damage as well as Ron May and all that shit. So like Ron May, Linksha, Harmony Trailblazer, and Firefly is a great team. But I don't have Firefly. So I kind of want to get her when her rerun comes around. It depends. Like Boot Hill's a hunt, so he does like a lot more damage in one singular hit. But like the cool thing about Acheron is she does a shitload of damage in general, but also she's still kind of useful in pure fiction, is because her burst is an AoE, and there's a bunch of characters that will on death inflict a dot. So you're able to essentially able to charge her burst super quickly with Acheron. So you're able to get that more frequently. So like Boot Hill's good, and he's like good in like Memory of Chaos and shit, where you're doing like single target type shit. But Acheron is good in both single target and multi-target type content. So she's good in both Memory of Chaos and Pure Fiction. So I kind of like her for utility that way. And she's obviously like much hotter. So, and that I think is even more important. Let's see. I think I generally build them relatively well. For the most part, they are pretty obvious. But I also get their light cones. So it's like my damage will usually be pretty high simply because their light cones add a lot of utility and damage. And like since I've been playing for so long, I have like a lot of characters on my one account. So I can just super build. And so I have the ability to like really buff my characters out. Most of them, but some of them I do actually get constellations in. For Acheron, I really, really, really liked her, so I got her E2. But for the most part, I don't really get constellations on the limited 5 stars. So Acheron, I think, is one of the only ones. I think I got Ho-Ho up to like E1 because at E1 or maybe E2, I forget. Simply because I think at one of those, it increases the duration of her buff. So that she means she doesn't need to use her skill as often, which I really liked. Because that means she's just more SP positive. So she only needs to do her skill once every 3 turns. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got that lucky when I was getting Seele way back when. So actually, oh yeah, Seele is one of the other ones I have E1. Because I pulled... And I think after getting her, I pulled again, and like my next 10 pull got a Himiko and a Seele in one 10 pull. So essentially, actually no, I got Seele first and then a Himiko after, so it basically locked in my 50-50 for the next 10 pull, or for the next banner. That was it. So I was like ridiculously lucky. Like not only did I get a really early 5-star, but it was a double 5-star where I won the 50-50 to get my Seele to E1, and then I lost the 50-50 and got a Himiko, which is super useful early game. Like this is like right when the game started. So having Himiko at that time was really, really helpful. Because her follow-up attack was really cool. And then it kind of fell off, and then they introduced Pure Fiction, and now her follow-up attack is really helpful again, but yeah. Like, if you play enough, you'll eventually get it at some point. You'll eventually get that super luck. And it always feels really good. Nice. Especially for Raiden, too, so she's ridiculously good. Oh, that's awesome. Single pulls. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, I like Dea too. So I know Dea is not like super strong, and so people don't particularly like her. But I like her design a lot, and so I'm happy when I get a Dea if I lose my 50-50. And actually, Emily made Dea a lot more useful as well, because Dea is pretty good at reapplying burning, and in fact, Dea was kind of used in reverse melt comps. Because she can get fire, she can inflict pyro often enough that you can get like Dea and Nahida to keep the enemy burning, and then you get a lot of reverse melts off of with other characters. So Dea was pretty useful in that regard.
but it was like a very limited condition. Now Emily makes burst, or not burst, burning super useful. That would be kind of tough though, because the problem with having Dea and Raiden go is because you might overload instead of vaporize. Because like Mulaney only gets good damage on a vaporize, like all her shit's stacked towards vaping. So with Raiden and Dea, there's the possibility that you accidentally waste your reaction on an overload, and then just blast them away, which is always annoying. So like my Natlan party was Mulaney, Dea, Emily, and Barbara. I mean, it's luck based. It's not super bad. Like it's like every now and then it will happen. Not the end of the world. But yeah, I use Barbara too for emergency heal, and then yeah, Emily and Dea will keep the burning going. Mulaney will get the vapes. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a powerful team. Like, if I ever need to do actual DPS, I swap to another team. Like, you know those I forget what those creatures are called, but the ones that you attack them, and then they suck all your energy away and create a shield for themselves? Those things absolutely suck with Dea's team. It's because technically they have a shield, so Dea's skill doesn't trigger for it. Because to trigger her pyro reaction, you need to do actual damage to health bars. So if you do damage to a shield, her skill doesn't trigger. So that blows. So it's a really bad team setup. So like my Mulaney team is really bad against it because I can't get them burning because Dea's skill never triggers. So because once it sucks all your energy. Oh, I see. Kind of like Enviosity, who was doing his like free to play, trying to clear the abyss with only 4 stars. I built some 4 stars. I still use them. Like yeah, I use Toma, Xingqiu, like as additional ones. Not. I was actually using Ningguang in my all Geo party. I haven't built Gaming at all. Actually, wait, no, maybe I did build him. I think he's level 90. I don't know if I probably built him. I don't know what I built him as though. I wasn't paying attention. But I think he's level 90, so he must have artifacts and a weapon and something. I just forget what I've given him. But generally, he's a guy, so I don't want to play him. And actually, I don't really like his playstyle. It's not like super bad. I just don't really like it as much. It's about how finicky it is trying to keep his because it's kind of like Zhao, except not as annoying as Zhao, in that you have to do like the plunging attacks, but the plunging attacks aren't as annoying as Zhao's ones are. So it's not as bad, but still not amazing either. I mean, maybe, I don't know if you play on PC, so maybe on PC is not a big issue for you, or maybe you play with mouse and keyboard, and maybe that's not a huge issue. But when I play on console and with controller, because I think even when I plug in my controller into my PC to play, it feels like there's about like a half-second delay. Oh, and mobile. Oh, then that's hard to say then. Maybe everything is so janky you can't notice the jank. I can't tell, but like when I play on controller, my button presses. So like Zhao is obviously about like, okay, you do his burst, then you jump and then plunge, and then jump and then plunge. Well, the problem is like when I'm pressing buttons to do this jumping and plunging, it feels like sometimes he just doesn't do it because it feels like there's a delay. Like you have a half second where it just does not recognize button presses. Where it's like, yeah, you press the X button, or you press the circle button, I think. Press the circle, well, you press the X button to jump, and then you press circle to plunge. But like, so I press the circle button, or I press the X button to jump, and I jump. And then if I press the circle button too quickly, I don't do my attack, which is like, well, that's fucking annoying. But there's also the times where like, regardless of what I'm doing, either a jump or a plunge, for like the first half second after pressing that button, it will not register another button press. So the problem with that is that like, so the whole point is like you press X circle, X circle, X circle, X circle over and over and over again. But when I'm pressing like X circle and then like, so I'm just getting like in the muscle memory of, okay, press X, then circle, then X, then circle, then X, then circle. Okay, so I probably won't be able to kill that in time. Yes. In fact, I got Jillinan, and she's level 80 right now, and I absolutely love her. She is ridiculously hot and very useful as well. Let's see if there's someone there I might be able to kill this time. She is very, very hot, and that's all that really matters. But also, power-wise, she's very good. Is there... Oh, there's just NPCs. Okay, I won't be able to do this then. Fuck that. Never mind. And it reset, fortunately. I would say she's very good overall. So like, I saw I Win to Lose Gaming do a YouTube video on it, where he went to the Cryo Regisvine and had Zhangling out. And so he summoned the Zhangling's Gobo. Oops. Need to go start this. She summons Zhangling's Gobo and had it attack the Cryo Regisvine. It did like 4,000 damage. She did, he popped out and did Jillinan's skill, and so got the resistance shred. And this is just like C1, not her personal weapon. I think it was another weapon instead. But C1, free-to-play weapon, and it boosted Gobo's damage by like 50%. So it went from like doing... It's really easy though, because essentially all you do is you do her skill, then you do her basic attack twice, and then you swap off, you're done. Like that's it. It's just skill, basic twice, that gets the resistance shred of her skill to go off, and then you can swap off. If her burst is up, you can just do her burst instead. Like it is that simple. So it is very, very easy to do. That's why I'm just like, yeah, it's... Because I thought it seemed more complicated than it was. I was like, what the fuck is a sound source or whatever? But no, like, once you see people actually do it, you're like, oh, so that's all you need to do. And if your burst is up, you can do your burst as well. You can do skill, attack 1, basic attack 1, basic attack 2. Because the whole point of her ability is you do her skill, and you have that gauge. You have that little gauge thing. Every time you do a basic attack, you fill that gauge up by like 35. And because you start at like 35, because your gauge starts at 35, basically in 2 hits, your gauge will go up to 100, so it'll be maxed. And once the gauge gets maxed, then it'll do the buff. Now I can see if you play on mobile, you might think you're doing it wrong. But the problem is the buff is very, very small. So when it applies, the way you know it applied to you is if you see the her gauge go from full to empty, then you know it applied. Because the only other way is a very faint insignia on the ground. Oh, god damn it. Hunt pops. Gotta go. Wait. Oh, god damn it. I missed another actual. God damn it. I missed 2 hunts. Fuck. God damn it. And both were on Mateus, too. I was here. God damn it. Well, whatever. Okay. But yeah, like, so, I definitely recommend Jillinan, because she's very, very good, and her skill is very easy. Like, that's all you really need to do for her is her skill. So just skill, basic attack 1, basic attack 2, just kick the enemy twice, and then swap, and that's all. Then you get the resistance debuff. You only see it's going on when you actually look at your feet, and there's a very faint little music circle around your feet to let you know that it's active. But very easy to miss, so maybe on mobile it's just very hard to see. But basically, once you see your gauge go up and fill and empty, you know it's been applied. So, I'd still recommend her. But anyway, good night. Yeah, and that's outside her healing too. Like her burst will also heal if you can get more than one source sample. So if you have any other element that you've... So if you do her skill, 2 basic attacks, and then burst, if you had 2 source samples, essentially if you had one other element in your party, and you do your 2 basic attacks, you'll have 2 source samples, and then your burst will heal. If you're just a mono geo party, then it'll just do damage. Or if you do your burst before you do your basic attacks, it'll just do damage. So that's like only if you're going to do damage. So it only really matters if you're going to actually do that, which, you know, you might not want to. Oh, whoops, I should have announced that earlier. Whoopsie. Whatever. Better late than never. Yeah, that kind of blows, too. I missed a hunt because no one else announced it. No one, and it was a Mateus hunt, too. So the Mateus hunt popped, and no one in any of my link shell bothered relaying it to the rest of the group. So I missed it, and because I wasn't paying attention, that's unfortunate. Okay. But, I mean, I only missed it because I'm on my treadmill, and it's kind of hard to see my Discord and hear it from here. Plus, I was talking, so it is what it is. Missed a hunt. I think, like, since I've logged in, I missed, like, 2. It sucks. And obviously, I'm going to go shower after this because I've been walking for an hour, so I'm going to go shower and then I'll have to... So there's the possibility that the second I go shower, another hunt will pop, and by the time I finish my shower, it'll be dead, which has happened before. Like, I've checked the times where it's like, I look at the time when it was called, and I'm like, God damn it, like, that's like literally as I left to go. Like, literally as I got to my bedroom, because it was like within a minute of me leaving my computer, like within a minute of me leaving my living room, it popped. But by that point, you know, I was already in the shower, and even though I take quick showers, like 5-minute showers, you know, 5 minutes is enough for it to be killed, so... Yeah, I've missed hunts because of that. It sucks. It really sucks when you miss a hunt because it pops right as you leave for something. You know, it's like, yeah, you go off on a 5-minute little thing, thinking, oh yeah, I'm off on a 5-minute little thing, no problem, right? I'll be back. Plenty of time. And sure, if it popped like halfway in the middle of that or near the end of that, of course you'd make it. But because it pops right as you leave, but because you've already left, you miss it. That just blows. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and call it for now. Unfortunately, because there's no music playing, I'm just going to log out and stop streaming. Because basically what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day is just sitting in Limsa, waiting for hunts. That is my day. Because I just need... I just need 42 more hunts. God damn it. If I didn't miss those 2 hunts, I just need 40. Shit. But anyway, I just need 42 more hunts. And I will be done. Now, technically, I need this as well. I need to have both of these done to get the mount. But this is the humongous... The S ranks are the huge pain in the ass ones that have 3-day cooldowns before they're even possible to be spawned, and only one per zone, one for each of the 6 zones, whereas A ranks are 2 for each of the 6 zones, and they spawn every 5 to 6 hours. These have 1 for every 6 zone, and they spawn every 72 hours. And they only have the potential to spawn every 72 hours. Realistically, they could be anywhere between 72, or basically anywhere between 3 days, like a full 3 days, 72 hours, and a full 5 days. Because there is a 48-hour period after the window initially opens, where you can still make it. or before a pity hits, and then the pity will guarantee it pops. So, but I am hoping in the next few days to get. I already need 5. That's pretty good for today. So I only got here in the middle of the day-ish. So we'll see how many I make after that. But so I'm hoping that today and tomorrow, hoping today and tomorrow I will get 42 more hunts, which is definitely doable. Like, especially if Curlinger's window's up, it is definitely possible. Although, because actually, I'm not sure if. But actually, what would be the best is if Curlinger's window popped. If Curlinger's window popped, like on Saturday or Sunday, I think by that point he'd be guaranteed to spawn. In which case, I could try to convince everybody, all the people in the server, to start on Balmung, and then we can just get them all back to back to back to back. That would be the ideal. But it's unlikely because there always will be some randos who will just be like, oh, I'm not part of this hunt group, I'm not paying attention to this or that, so I didn't see the notice, so I'm going to start attacking it on my server. But even still, like, last time Curlinger had a window open, we had a train. This is essentially because Balmung was guaranteed to pop 3 of their instances. So because Balmung was guaranteed to pop 3 of their instances, a lot of the hunters who are actually paying attention to that shit went to Balmung first. And so we got all of Balmung, and then we moved on to Brynhildr. And I think Brynhildr was, there's some, because we didn't have a lot of people, paying attention, so we had some people in Brynhildr, everyone was, trying to pop their, trying to start fighting their own because they didn't realize we were making a concerted effort. But I think, word eventually got round, or because they didn't have enough people, because all the people who typically go to these hunts were on Balmung to get the hunts, because, I had prepped, I relayed ahead of time before the hunt even popped to try to get as many people onto Balmung first. And so by the time we got to Brynhildr, I think we only missed, 1. And then by that point, people had started, accumulating, and so we went back to back. We went down the worlds, going to every single one that popped. And we only missed, a few of them, maybe 5 total, perhaps. That did pop, that had their own server, have enough people to kill it in time. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. We got that day. I got 30 hunts in that day, because the hunts that we got just from that plus the ones I got earlier in the day ended up being 30, which is the most I've ever gotten in a single day. So that was pretty cool. So we got pretty lucky in that regard, but we could get kind of lucky. We're not going to get that lucky where they bounce back to back, because it's not like Curlinger is based on weather, so it's a knowable quantity when he's going to spawn and how he's going to spawn, so we can pre-prep for that shit. For all the other hunts, they're just going to pop whenever, so it's just you got to hope to be paying attention to Discord. So I'm going to be AFKing here for the rest of the day and all of tomorrow and all of the weekend, and try to get that, because if I can do it, which is very, very, very likely, then I don't have to be logged into the game all the time, because just of how random these are, it's just to be able to make lots of these hunts, you have to be just in the game all the time and be able to drop whatever you're doing and go get the hunts. And even though I have 2 years to get this before the next expansion drops and people start working towards the next mount hunt, this is the first time when all the instances are up. So we have triple the number of hunts available to kill, which means you can finish this achievement 3 times quicker during the first 2 months, or the first 3 to 4 months of the expansion. So the expansion dropped at the end of June, and so I've gotten 1,000 hunts since the end of June. So in basically July, August, September, so 3.5 months. In 3.5 months, I got 1,000 hunts. That's pretty good. And realistically, really only 3 months, because I wasn't going for all the S ranks, and all the S ranks weren't even available right from the day one. That only 4 of the 6 worlds had S ranks available. So, and it was a huge clusterfuck in the very beginning too. So, it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy about this. Pretty happy to be done. Right now, I'm just kind of every time I go and play another game, I have to I hear my Discord chime popping saying, "Hey, an S rank popped," which is just a little reminder of, "Hey, if you weren't playing that game, you would have been able to make this hunt and be done that much quicker." And so sometimes you just gotta accept that and be like, I think last Friday or last Saturday, I played Visions of Mana, and I missed like 10 hunts, and I'm like, oh, fuck, you gotta be kidding me. Like not only do you miss the ones that you get that pop when you're sleeping, because that just happens, you know, can't get around that. Not only do you miss those, but you also miss because I started playing Visions of Mana like right when I woke up. All the ones that popped afterwards, it was like almost 10, and what really sucked is by the time I stopped playing Visions of Mana, and the evening hit, like, not like basically, I think the number of hunts that spawned in the 7 hours I was playing Visions of Mana, like I didn't even I maybe got that many hunts in like I think I got like half that many hunts afterwards. It was like no hunts popped by the time I logged into the game, so that sucks, you know. It just happens. Like you don't know how when the hunts are gonna pop, so. You know, it could have just been easy the other way around. I think that's happened before too, where like I'm playing another game, and like while I'm playing that other game for hours, I miss like 1 or 2 hunts, and then I get logged into the game, and then boom, shitloads of them pop. So you know, the reverse happens. You just don't think about it because like it's benefiting you, so you don't feel sad. So when it happens in the reverse direction and you get screwed, that's when it is a little more memorable. But once I get to 1,000, then I can play whatever fucking game I want, because I don't have to be in here all the time. To get the A rank hunts, they're super easy. There are trains all the time where you can get shitloads of them. While the instances are up, I can get 30 A ranks in a train, which means I only need to do 3 trains for every 100, and I only need not 1,000. So I only need to do 30 A rank trains. I'm done with that, and I'll have my mount. But I'm not too gung-ho about that, because I will be doing A rank trains for the rest of the expansion, because that's how essentially I cap my tomes every single week. So there's no real rush for that. That's why I'm not in a super rush, because like, you know, I can pop into the game when I finish playing other games and just wait for an A rank train to start. Or I could do other shit in the game. Like I could level up a crafter. I could do this grind or that grind, because like A trains give you fuckloads of time to get there. So it gives you tons of time to stop what you're doing, travel to the other server, and make the train. Whereas S ranks, it's like, no. Like everyone's going to an S rank. Like when I got that S rank relay a little too late, it was 50 plus people in the queue. 50 people in the queue means it's a 2-minute wait. It's exactly how long it takes, 2 minutes. So, and I was more than 50, so I had to wait an additional like 30 seconds because I was like number 60 in the queue or something. So, you know, that's rough. Whereas A trains don't have the rush, so I'm not congested behind a queue. I can get over there quickly. They're just not as popular because they're more common, the A trains versus S rank, so I don't have to worry too much. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming for now, but I will be in the game. So, if you are playing Final Fantasy 14, then stop by Mateus and say hi to me. I will be dancing here until the next S rank, then I'll zip over to the S rank and then come right back for dancing. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.